Biden's Autopen versus Trump's auto response. Welcome to Law and Society. Please subscribe. And just when talking about this, it should be made clear that since the Autopen has been available, presidents regularly use the Autopen to sign documents because every day, literally hundreds of documents require their signatures. That aside, let's imagine that Biden did overuse the Autopen. That action is far less egregious than auto-responding to crises. Trump's team has some auto-responses to foreseeable problems. They always have the Democrats to blame, and Donald blames them enough. And then there's blaming Biden specifically for problems Trump himself has caused. And then there's the victim blaming when it comes to unconstitutional detention policies and extrajudicial murders. Noam's DHS and Donald Trump's communication team go into auto-response mode when a crisis hits and throw out these rehearsed lines like radical left caused this and a litany of other blame-shifting reasons I just mentioned. They were bound to trip up at some point, and they did, twice this month. First with Renee Good, and then with Alex Preddy. They came out right after the murders and blamed the victims while claiming that federal agents were the victims despite ample video proving otherwise. They called Alex a domestic terrorist and slandered Renee by saying she ran the officer who killed her. They have also opened investigations into Renee Good's partner and Minnesota officials whom Donald Trump blames for creating grassroots resistance groups. Neither auto response turned out to be true based on the video evidence floating all over the internet. None of the videos have been called out as fake or fabricated. And now Trump just threw his communications team under the bus by not saying anything about Preddy being a domestic terrorist when asked by journalists. Something his spokespeople have pushed since Alex was murdered. Now they'll also have to change the narrative and throw Greg Bovino under the bus. DHS's tactics aren't going to change, and Kristi Noem won't be removed unless she quietly is dismissed or resigns and then is given some ambassadorship to Cyprus or something. But Trump's marauding missions will continue until Congress stops him. Donald Trump will not stop the roving patrols and the terrorizing. He wants centralized police control consolidated in a manner that he can unilaterally control and deploy. He won't stop that mission. Lastly, he's inclined to investigate these matters because the victims are white. Race plays a role in it. He would never talk about an investigation if a person of color was in Renee's or Alex's place. So do expect these acts to continue and this behavior to continue if you are non-white. And until Donald Trump has concluded his investigations, white people standing strong with diverse groups of Americans will also face the brunt of DHS's intentional terror campaign. Lastly, terrorizing children is like shooting puppies. Only the soulless, depraved can do it. And Donald Trump now has a monster like that leading the Department of Homeland Security. So beware. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.